Before we begin, if you love emotional real-life stories that touch your heart, make sure to subscribe, like, share, and comment to stay connected with more powerful stories like this one. Now, let's begin. The wind whispered through the tall trees that lined the peaceful cemetery road. The air was heavy with memories, of laughter once shared, of promises once made, and of love that refused to fade. Elena Torres, a 45-year-old businesswoman known for her unshakable confidence and elegance, stepped out of her black SUV, clutching a small bouquet of white lilies. Her heels clicked against the pavement, the sound echoing in the quiet morning air. She was used to boardrooms, not graveyards. Used to signing deals worth millions, not writing letters to a son who would never read them. Her face was calm, almost cold, but her eyes carried a storm. Every Sunday, she visited this same grave. The gravestone read, Daniel Torres, 2006 to 2022. Forever my sunshine. Her only son. Her heart. She knelt beside it, tracing the engraved letters with trembling fingers. Hey, mi cielo, she whispered, her voice breaking. I brought your favorite lilies again. You'd probably say they smell like Grandma's house. She gave a short laugh that turned into a sob. I'm doing okay, baby. Working too much, I know, but I'd give everything just to hear your voice again. Her tears fell on the soil, soft, slow, like rain. But as she placed the flowers, something caught her attention. A few meters away, near an older part of the cemetery, a young woman, Spanish, maybe late 20s, knelt in front of another grave, crying uncontrollably. Beside her stood a little girl, around 6 years old, clutching a tiny teddy bear. The child looked confused, frightened even, watching her mother break down. Elena hesitated. Grief was something she respected, it was sacred. But when she saw the woman clutch her chest and nearly fall, Elena's instincts took over. She rushed over. Senora, are you okay? She asked, crouching beside her. The woman looked up, startled. Her face was pale, her eyes swollen. I'm fine, just dizzy, she managed to say in accented English. Elena helped her sit on a nearby bench, offering her a bottle of water from her bag. Take it easy. Breathe. The little girl stood silently beside them, her big brown eyes filled with fear. Mama, she whispered. I'm okay, mi amor, the woman whispered back, brushing the child's hair shakily. Elena gave them both a gentle smile. You're not from here, are you? The woman shook her head. No. I'm from Seville. We came here, for him. She pointed toward the gravestone, and that's when Elena's heart stopped. The name read, Carlos Rivera, 1987 to 2022. Elena's fingers froze. Her pulse quickened. She remembered that name. Carlos Rivera, the young man who was driving the car that hit Daniel's motorcycle that night. Her mind went blank. The world tilted. This woman, this crying mother, was the widow of the man who had killed her son. And the little girl, his daughter. Elena's breath caught in her throat. Her vision blurred. Every muscle in her body screamed to walk away, to leave, but her feet wouldn't move. The little girl looked at her then, clutching her teddy tighter. Are you crying too? She asked innocently. Elena blinked back tears. Yes, sweetheart. I miss someone too. For a long moment, the two women just sat there in silence. Grief, raw and human, bound them together. The days passed, but that encounter wouldn't leave Elena's mind. She found herself thinking about the Spanish woman, about her trembling hands, the sadness in her eyes, and that child who shouldn't have to understand death so soon. She tried to bury it under work, meetings, and schedules. But one Sunday, when she returned to Daniel's grave, they were there again, the same woman and child, this time laying fresh flowers on Carlos's tomb. Elena hesitated, but the little girl noticed her and waved shyly. Hola, señora. Elena smiled weakly and waved back. This time, she approached them willingly. The woman looked embarrassed. I remember you, she said softly. You helped me last week. Thank you. Elena nodded. I'm Elena. I'm Sophia, the woman replied, and this is my daughter, Lucia. The child smiled, showing a missing front tooth. Hi, she said cheerfully, holding out the teddy bear. His name is Bruno. Elena chuckled gently. Nice to meet you, Bruno. As they talked, the tension began to melt. Sophia explained that she had come to this city to say goodbye to her late husband. Carlos had been working here when the accident happened. He wasn't a bad man, she said through tears. He made a mistake, a terrible one. He drank that night after losing his job. He was supposed to call me, but instead. She couldn't finish. Her voice broke. Elena's own eyes filled with tears. The image of Daniel's smile flashed in her mind, then the newspaper headline, Teen Killed in Collision. Driver pronounced dead at scene. For years, she had hated that man, that faceless driver who took her boy away. But now, here sat his family, broken just like hers. She looked at Sophia's trembling hands, at Lucia's innocent face. And something inside her, the bitterness, the anger, began to fade. They talked for hours. About love. About loss. About how grief doesn't care who was right or wrong, it just hurts everyone. By the time they left the cemetery, Elena felt lighter. Not healed, but human again. Over the next few weeks, they began meeting often, at the park, at a cafe nearby. Lucia adored Elena, and for the first time in years, Elena found herself smiling without forcing it. One day, Lucia drew a picture for her. It showed two graves with flowers, one for Daniel, one for Carlos, and above them, two angels holding hands. That's your son and my papa, Lucia said proudly. They're friends in heaven now. Elena's heart shattered, and mended at the same time. She hugged the girl tightly, whispering, yes, my dear. I think they are. From that day on, Elena stopped visiting the grave to mourn. She visited to remember. To celebrate the love she had, and to forgive the pain she carried. Because forgiveness doesn't erase the past, it frees the heart to live again. And if this story touched your heart, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and comment below. You never know whose story of pain and healing might change your life too.